Right, let's do it then. This is the very first podcast I've ever gonna do, probably, with Faisal and Joss. So,
Hey.
basically what we're going to be talking about today is the stuff that's happened with Pewdiepie and the stuff that's happened with KSI. So, first of all, everyone's just watched a bunch of videos on what's happened. So, first of all, we'll talk with Pewdiepie, so we'll go with that. Fez, what do you think about it? Like, honest opinions as well.
I can see where he is coming from with how it all happened. Not to say that it's justified, but it's like you have certain words in your vocabulary. Um, like an example that I can relate to. Oh, hold up.
He's just muted his mic, hasn't he? He just has to.
Yeah, I had to. An example I can relate to would be like using words ironically. But then somehow they like sneak their way into your vocabulary. And
Alright,
I
so
think
kind of
it's
like
just
how me,
similar with
you,
swear words.
like me, you, Mark, and everyone say it, like, not as a serious, meaningful way, but we'll say it privately behind closed doors as banter and ironic.
Yeah, it's just if you use things a couple of times or more, even if it's in the past and you haven't said it for like a year, it can just sneak its way into your vocabulary, and then you don't really
Yeah.
think about it. Especially in the moment that PewDiePie was in, where he was in like the heat of a fight, you wouldn't
Yeah.
really think about like which word you're picking. And then afterwards, you could really see when he was like, "Oh shit, not the right word."
Yeah.
So I
Josh.
see why it happened.
Yeah, Josh, what do you think about it?
I think it's in the wrong, really, to be honest, but
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why you think he's in the wrong, but,
it's just a heat of the moment, isn't it?
yeah, I agree with Fez. It is a heat in the moment thing. It's not everything, like, especially online, with him having 57 million subscribers as well. Not everyone would watch the stream, but it would still be on his channel. Loads of people are going to watch it, and it's going to influence a lot of people because it's not just like teenagers like us that watch it. It's not adults that watch it. It's little kids as well. Because YouTube is just a massive mainstream thing that everyone can use from like the age of 13 upwards. Even kids younger than 13 can still use it. So he is wrong for saying what he said, but I can see where Fez is coming from.
Yeah.
I see why it's that particular word as well.
Yeah, because it's such a
it's
racial
used
slur.
so much.
Yeah.
So even if he wasn't saying it regularly for it to go into his vocabulary, everyone around him is.
Yeah, true.
So,
It's a word that's used quite a lot and very how do I say it? Hated. It's a very hated word.
yeah.
And that's the second time he's used it now.
No, I don't. No, he hasn't used it before.
Right.
The first incidents that he had with mainstream media and everything was the anti-Semitism thing, where he did this thing as a joke. He says, which I believe is a joke. It's like shock humor that he usually does quite a lot. Where he had a sign held up for death to all Jews, I think it was,
Oh, yeah, man.
and that brought on an adpocalypse because no one wanted to support YouTubers anymore because of that, and that affected the website quite a lot. What I think's the problem with it is, with him saying it, is because he's such a big channel, influences a lot of people, but because he's such a big channel, any media, like the Wall Street Journal, I think it is, are just going to take that and they're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, what was he streaming on? Was it Twitch or was it YouTube?
YouTube Gaming, I think he was streaming on.
Can you put an age restriction on that?
I don't know,
'Cause
but
maybe-
even with an age restriction, they still shouldn't really say that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but maybe if he knows that those sort of words might slip out from time to time, an age
Yeah.
restriction on his streams and his live stuff would be something he could look at.
Yeah, but that still wouldn't stop like Wall Street Journal or BBC, ITV, any main news reporters to like take that and then spread it around everywhere. and make him look like such a horrible person. The way he said it wasn't in a racial way either. It was as a joke, which a lot of people have seen that as, but a lot of people don't see it as that either.
No.
Like, KSI deleted this tweet, and I can't find it, but he said that PewDiePie shouldn't be getting away with this, and all of his deluded fans are going to be saying that he never said it, which is ridiculous.
He did say it, because it's...
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
It's on the internet now. It can't go away. It's like if I just went onto YouTube and typed in PewDiePie, death to all Jews, I'll be able to find like 50 million videos about it.
Yeah.
Right, so what do you think should happen? So if you were in control and you could choose what happened to him now, what would you do?
It's complicated because I think I see why it's so big because he's such a big YouTuber, but it's weird to think how he can get so persecuted for saying it, but then there's channels, other like obviously they're smaller channels, which is probably most the reason that can say it and get away with it.
Yeah, like if Mark said it, it still wouldn't be looked upon. Like it would be looked down upon, definitely. But if he put it onto one of his videos, no one's going to notice at first, and then it's not going to be we won't go anywhere. He may lose like 1 or 2 subscribers, so he ain't going to do anything. He's a 37 subscribe channel. So small channels like that, even in the thousands, it's still not going to make a massive impact because they're not on there a lot, and you won't see it.
One I can think of is iDubbbz that said it quite a couple times, and he's quite big.
Yeah, but somehow he gets away with it. Like, I don't understand that. Like, who was it? He said it to someone at a E3 event, I think it was.
Tanner.
And, yeah, who said it in a video. But he was just let off scot-free because he's, what, about 2-3 million? Something like, no, wait, nah, it must be more than that.
Around that, I think.
Yeah. And even though that's still a big number, Wall Street Journal ain't going to look at that.
5 million at the moment.
5 million, there you go. Wall Street Journal still ain't going to look at that. They're going to look at PewDiePie making that little mistake, which he does make an apology video, which we'll get to in a minute. He does make an apology video on that, and iDubbbz doesn't have to. It's dumb, but that's how YouTube works.
But I guess with big subscriber numbers, you have to take more responsibility.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's like the voice of YouTube in a way, which he hasn't chosen to be. He's just the most subscribed, so what he does makes the biggest impact on this site. Alright, Josh, what do you think should happen to his channel? Or
It's a difficult one, really.
yeah, it is a difficult one because there's nothing that you can say that's too harsh or too fair, really. It's a bad word, but it's the first time he's said that, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think just leave it and let him get on what he's doing, really.
Yeah.
The worst part is I don't think he's necessarily got control over it. I think it is one of the things that obviously he can control it a bit, but I think people might like underestimate how easy it is for something to slip out when you hear it practically nearly every day, which you do if you're on games like PUBG.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine if you're playing Call of Duty, 9-year-old kids are going to be going around dropping the M-word everywhere. You're going to kill them and you're going to go, oh, you, and then it's like, it happens all the time. It happens on every single game. If we went onto Overwatch, it could happen just randomly. Someone could just shout it.
Yeah.
On PUBG, you have the waiting part of a minute. Anyone could say anything.
I think if he's gonna be doing YouTube for like another at least 5 years, I don't think he's never gonna say that again on a stream at that time. So
he may slip out again, but again, that's just gonna end up getting worse and worse for him.
I think if they put a punishment in that was really like just for this time, it wouldn't really work. I think that route of like age restricting his streams would work, because then if it slips out in the future, it doesn't necessarily matter as much. If his streams are 18 plus, it's not going to hit his younger viewers.
True.
Yeah, because there's younger people on this, and young people can watch it. copy him and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if I, like, 'cause I have a little sister, when she grows up, if I just start going around saying the M word, she's going to catch on to that and she's going to start saying it and it just spreads. It's like a virus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so let's move on to his apology video. So he literally just sits down and gets to the point, which is exactly what he should have done.
Yeah.
Like, I think he should have apologised better on his stream, obviously, because he only said, like, oh, I didn't mean any offence like that, or anything about that, but he does make an apology video where it's not even a big one, so he ain't going to make any money off it.
No.
It's like a minute and a half of him saying he's sorry about what he said and hope he doesn't offend anyone, which is exactly what he should do.
You could really see the shock on the stream though.
Yeah,
Which I think was why he didn't like come out instantly and say sorry. I think he was just in shock at how much he knew that he just fucked up after the backlash from the whole Jews thing.
after a year of like trying to just clear his name from being a fucking Nazi, and he's just slipped up again. But it happens. Right, let's move on to the KSI and the Joe Weller situation now. So, if you haven't seen it, the Simon did this event called Upload, and KSI and Joe Weller are going to be having a boxing match on Saturday, I believe. And on the stage, KSI made a comment about Joe being on antidepressants, which Joe has made a video of in the past, I believe. But he took it too far this time, I believe. I really do think so, because in his last diss track towards Net Nobody, he said, how you going to be a dad when you're cutting yourself as well? So he's kind of made two comments about depression here. So what are you guys' thoughts?
See, with the fight alone, like with the incident on the fight alone, I would say that similar as with PewDiePie. It was just a case of no filter on what he's saying, being in the moment. But the fact that he made the comment towards Nobody when he wasn't in the moment and he was...
Yeah, he would have had to have written this down, recorded it, lip synced it. He would have done this like 3, 4, 5 times over, thinking, oh yes, this is a good idea. Which I don't think that he said that to Joe in the heat of the moment. That's why I don't think that.
Agree.
I
feel like he does have some slight undertone of hating on mental health.
Yeah, it seems like he doesn't like depressed people at all, which is really sick.
Yeah, sick. Shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff anyway.
He shouldn't. No, I mean, like at Upload, it's loads of kids as well. It's not adults. It's loads of like 12, 13-year-olds, maybe 11-year-olds, some with their parents and stuff there. And he's saying that on stage like it's a massive problem and it's something wrong with him. Like he said to him, like when Joe replies saying, "Are you talking about antidepressants?" and he goes, "Yeah." So he can't even say that it was an accident. You can't say it was in the heat of the moment or anything, because he's really messed up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say something in the heat of a moment when it's not just a word. It's like a whole couple of like sentences.
Yeah.
And like a solid amount of time to think about what he was saying whilst he was saying it.
Yeah, I know. Josh, what do you think?
It's definitely not in the heat of the moment. So, really, really bad. So, shouldn't have said it at all.
You shouldn't have.
No.
Okay, so...
Well, mental health's a big thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Like, I went through depression myself. If I watched this whilst I was still like that would just been like, oh great, another person that hates me. Sort of thing. It's not right. And with him saying it was an accident, that makes it like 5 times worse.
It's not an accident.
It's not. No, because you say it's an accident, but why would you say the same thing about Net Nobody? About him cutting himself?
Yeah.
Right. So, his apology was that I don't even know if I can call it an apology.
No, it's not an apology. That.
What was that, like 30 seconds? Not even, maybe not even that. Like, one second, let me find it. Right. So, yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds long. Right. He has a 7-minute video responding to the Joe Bella fight, as he calls it. 5 minutes of that, or 5 minutes and like 10 seconds of it, is not even an apology. It's just the video of what happened, and I don't get what he's doing. Like, he left YouTube for 5 months to get away from everyone making their videos longer for more ad revenue, and he's just doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think didn't Jake Paul do kind of the same thing with one of his apologies? Put it at the start of a vlog.
I'm sure he did.
It's just.
But
awful.
that's the subject we won't touch on because he's been run into the ground.
Just looked up an interesting thing. KSI has 17 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And
17 million people would have seen that.
Yeah, and also found out that 1 in 10 people experience depression at some point in their lives. That means about, if my maths isn't screwed up, 1.7 million of KSI subscribers will have dealt with depression at some point or are going to.
Yeah.
And I mean, they must just feel like he's just fucked them off entirely.
Yeah, he would have. Right, so so these are the first 4 videos I've seen on like Facebook right now. Not Facebook, YouTube. The actual upload event, 2.5 million. The next one, 31,000. Next one, 30,000. 1.8 million, 718,000. Loads of people would have seen this.
Yeah.
And like, maybe not all of KSI's fans were seeing it, but quite a lot of them would. And it's another big channel as well. It's like Joe's not got that much subscribers in comparison to him, obviously, but 17 million people, a lot of kids that were at the actual event would have seen that.
It's a really personal fuck you as well.
Yeah.
When you're like really loyal to someone, like a YouTuber, and you're like watching the stuff when it comes out on the notifications, and then they're just like, "Oh, fuck you."
It's just not right.
It's really fucked.
It is. So if we compared the KSI and the PewDiePie apology, KSI should have done what PewDiePie did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Alright, so is there any other comments you want to make, guys?
How should KSI be punished?
Yeah, I don't think he would though. That's the problem. I don't think he's going to get punished for this, but PewDiePie definitely is.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a much bigger social media backlash than he's going to get.
Okay, how would you?
I think his sub count should be dropping for this. All the people who relate to it personally should be unsubscribing, and like not telling people what to do. I'm just like saying that I would expect that he would be like dropping off subs, similar to when Fine Bros started losing a bunch of subs for being dicks.
Yeah,
I think KSI I would expect him to see him losing a bunch of subs and getting a bunch of tweets like "fuck you." But I don't think that's really happening.
What is that called? The like YouTuber thing that they have.
Social Blade.
Social Blade, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, his sub count's going up.
Is it going up?
It's gone up by 10 in like the last minute.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting.
He should lose subscribers.
He should be losing subscribers. This is ridiculous.
Because it was a dick move.
It was horrible. Like, if I just went up to someone and made fun of their depression, it's just not nice, is it? That's the easiest way to put it. It's just not what you should be doing. Right. So, I'm trying to find his YouTube channel now. Right. Right, let's see if I can find it here. Can't find it on this thing. Right, so he really shouldn't have done what he did. Right, at all.
No.
Neither of them should. But it happens.
Yeah, looking into it though, it really does seem like PewDiePie just like fucked up a bit, but KSI was like generally hating.
Yeah, he did it twice as well. Like, he's done one on his thingy, one on Net Nobody, and now he's done it to Joe Weller. But yeah, his subscriber count's going up still. It's actually stupid.
Yeah. PewDiePie was a hit at the moment, but KSI
Yeah.
is just like, you shouldn't have done it. And
Like, yeah.
Definitely a hit at the moment.
Yeah, some would argue that it was still heat at the moment, but it doesn't seem like it was. Especially when you're saying it to another person as well. Alright, so we're going to end this here. Thank you two for doing this with me.
You're very welcome.
And we'll do this on a monthly basis if we can. Like, it would be good to get our opinion out. Because even, like, just the
There'll
smallest...
be a lot more drama in the next month.
Yeah, they probably will. I'll do a video on the fight and my opinions on it. I might get Fez or Josh in on it as well. But for the meantime, see you guys later.